Hi everyone, I'm Namrata Kapoor and this is Marketeer in Tech, the Cloud Edition. For tech marketers, once we understand what is the technology that we are working in, the next step for us is to actually identify the audience segmentation and the messaging that speaks to this audience. Now, audience segmentation in itself is quite broad, and there are a number of categories under this. For example, you have the geography the business is based in, the size of the business, the role or the title that you're planning to speak to, the industry, the business unit. So basically, once you actually identify which of these categories and narrow it down, that's when your messaging really starts developing. So for example, if you look at role or title, if your audience was CXO, maybe a CEO, CTO, a COO, your messaging would be around value, the value that your product brings to the entire organization, the innovations that your product could help them with. If you look at a business unit head, maybe like a marketing head, your messaging could be around the overall how this technology actually helps the business unit achieve his unit goals faster. Now, if you look at the tech side, you have the VP of infrastructure, the IT administrator, the developers, DevOps. So to understand how do we actually communicate to this particular audience and maybe look at a technology aspect, let's look at cloud technology platform as a service as an example. Now, platform as a service, if you recall, is actually an on-demand environment where developers can develop and test their applications, and they do this by using the public libraries, the tools that a cloud provider could actually offer. Now, platform as a service has two integration points. One is with the infrastructure as a service layer, and one is with the software as a service layer. Now, at the infrastructure as a service layer, the integration, a developer doesn't need to worry about how his resources are being deployed, what kind of resources he needs. He simply lets the PaaS actually do that for him through application programming interfaces or APIs. The second integration point, which is with the SaaS services or even with application vendors that are creating value-based generic functions, for example, maybe Watson services by IBM or file storage services like Box or Dropbox or communication channels like Slack. Now, PaaS helps integrate with SaaS services through a variety of runtimes that applications can be deployed in. It also helps provide a marketplace or a catalog where these services can be published and used on a on-demand manner by the developers. Managed platform as a service offering that cloud providers like IBM offer actually provide pre-configured stacks of, say, your infrastructure or middleware that the developers can easily use up. This would provide you a complete managed platform. You would have automatic provisioning, and there's a complete dashboard that the teams can use for spend analysis, performance analysis. So that is the cloud technology, right? And now that we understand the technology, let's look at what kind of messaging would make sense for an audience. Now, if you were talking to a developer, the product marketer should focus on utility-based messaging. For example, how many APIs are provided, how easy integration is, how simple automatic provisioning is, what a breadth of marketplace or catalog is provided for them. If we were talking to a CXO level, say a CTO, maybe our messaging would be around the cost optimization or the faster time to market for their products that the developers would be able to achieve using all this offering. So there you have it. That's audience segmentation, message creation, and your cloud technology snapshot. So stay tuned for more in upcoming vlogs. And if you have any feedback or topic suggestion, please leave them in the comment section.